Hello YouTube, and welcome to another edition of Lori's Thrifty Kitchen Pantry. Thank you so much for being here today. If you're new, welcome. I'm so glad to see you here. So we have, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Thank you for coming back and spending time in my kitchen today. I really appreciate each and every one of you. So we have a lot of things going on today. I have a whole flat of tomatoes chopped and in the jars and ready to can. I have a couple of half gallons of tomatoes that we're going to do a couple of different things with. I'm going to do one in some Italian dressing and just let sit and marinate in the fridge and have ready to use for some recipes. And I'm going to do a different kind of marinade with the second jar. And then I have some other jars that we are going to pressure can together. But first, I am hungry. It's after 2 p.m. and I'm gonna use some of those peppers I got yesterday. I fixed some stuffed peppers for my supper, but right now I'm hungry, so I thought it would be fun to slice up some of the German bologna that I had gotten from the food pantry and give that a taste, and make a bologna sandwich for my lunch. So I have my electric knife out, and we're going to get that sliced up so I can get some of it in the freezer. So let me spin you around and let's get cooking. All right, we have this beautiful looking German bologna here that I got from the food pantry. So I'm going to take my electric knife here and we're just going to start slicing. I think I'm going to make kind of thin slices because I can always put 2 on a sandwich if I want. And you just kind of guide your knife. You let your knife do the work, and you have a really nice slice of bologna there. So let's get this all sliced up. So I might as well get this sliced while I have the mess out. We're just going to even this up a little bit. My slices aren't going to be perfect, but I don't have an actual commercial meat slicer to slice this with, so we're just going to do what we can with what we got. Alright, I'm not going to make you guys watch me slice the rest of this meat, but I do want to taste this with you guys because I'm really excited to try this. So we're just going to peel this rind off and we're going to give this a bite. Here it goes. Mmm. Mmm. You can smell the slices, the spices in the slice. Mm. This is some of the best bologna I think I have ever eaten. Here's another little slice. Mm. Mm-hmm. If you can afford this, go for the German bologna, because y'all, this has Oscar Mayer bologna beat hands down. Mm. Mm-hmm. All right. I'm going to finish slicing this up and get my sandwich made for my lunch, and I will bring you guys back when we're ready to start canning tomatoes. All right, we are back. I have my lunch eaten. Man, that bologna is so freaking good. I had that all sliced and in the fridge. So now we are moving on to getting our tomatoes canned up. So we are going to start our canning off by unboxing an order of ForJars canning lids. Now, before we get started, I do need to say that the ForJars company is not in any way sponsoring this video. I bought these lids out of my own pocket. I am not affiliated in any way, shape, or form with the company. I just bought their lids and I want to show you guys if they really work well or not. So, that being said, I can link their website on in the description box down below if the lids work well and you want to order some, but just know that I do not make any money whatsoever. You do not get a discount. It's just a link to their website. So I am excited to try these lids. I've seen a lot of YouTube channels that have used these lids and they absolutely love them, so I am excited to try them out. So let me turn you down so you can see the box. You can see it says ForJars here on the sticker. So it comes very, very well packed. So let's get this box open and give these lids a look. I'm excited to try these. So yeah, I've seen a lot of YouTube ladies and guys use these lids. So here's the first look in the box. It looks like it's packed really well. Alright, and inside we have our lids. So I have, these are the regular mouth lids. It looks like I just got 3 of the regular mouth lids. So we are going to see what these look like. So I mostly use regular mouth jars. I do have some wide mouth jars, but I use way more regular mouth jars, so that's why I got 3 of the regular mouth lids. I have plenty of rings, so I didn't have to get any rings. Oh, I really like how they package these in smaller packages of 50. There's 100 in each box, so they package them in 2 different packs so you don't have to open any packs that you don't want to use. So let's get these open. And let's give these lids a good look. So they look really good. Here's what the inside of the lid looks like. It's got a nice lip on there to fit on the jar. It's got a nice rubber seal. So I have a ball lid here. So this is the competition lid. And I can already see that it's side by side. This has more of a ring around the lid than the ball lid has. It's flatter. So I'm encouraged. I am hoping that we have good luck with these. So let me get these lids all rinsed and in my pan simmering with the rings, and we will be canning up some tomatoes soon. I'll bring you back in just a minute. All right, I have ethyl filled and ready to go. My lids and rings are simmering. I've got my debubbling tool. I have my lid lifter. I have my jar with my rags and the vinegar. So I think we're ready to go. I do have a little gnat flying around here. We've had so much water lately with all of these storms coming in that they're just coming out. There's nothing I can do about it. I am making sure that they don't get into anything that I am canning. But other than that, for right now, we just have to live with it. That's life here in Florida. So I think with these tomatoes, what I'm going to do is use tomato juice instead of water in my tomatoes. This will help bump up the flavor and give me some great tomato flavor in my liquid when I use these whatever I'm making. So let me spin you around. And here we go. We're just gonna fill our jars up to about an inch of headspace, which is right about there. And then we use our debubbler to get the air bubbles out. You can see there was a lot of air bubbles in there. And then we move on to the next jar and do the same thing. Just put our tomato juice in there to about an inch of headspace. Debubble. Make sure our tomatoes are all in that good juice. And they will give out juice as they process too. And then we move on to our next jar. I am really excited to try these ForJars lids. I've heard a lot of good things about them. I've been wanting to try them. So I think, given that I'm using regular mouth and wide mouth jars, this will be a good experiment to see how those lids stand up against these other lids. So I'm looking forward to trying those. And we'll see together if they are as good as what everyone says they are. You just get the air bubbles out. And if you don't have one of these little debubbling tools, you can always just use the end of a wooden spoon. That will work too. And that one looks like it might be just a touch full. So I'm just going to spoon a little bit of the juice out and put into our next jar there. That looks a little bit better. That was just a tad too full. So canning is very simple. It's just a matter of knowing what the steps are and following the steps and knowing what your elevation level is so that you know how much weight to put on your canner. Other than that, that's pretty much it. You just fill your jars and then get the air bubbles out, and then you wipe your rims, get your lids on, and get them in the canner. So if you've ever been intimidated at the thought of canning, I suggest maybe starting out with an electric canner if you have never canned before. So there's several really good models out there. I actually started pressure canning using an Instant Pot Max. So that one actually has a canning feature on it. And you just set it and forget it. It does everything. You don't even have to worry about venting or sealing the button because it does it all. All you have to do is set the timer. So if you're really new to canning and you're just starting out and a little apprehensive, if you can afford it, start out with an electric canner and then go from there. All right, we got our jars full, just like that. That was pretty easy. And this jar is just, for those who might be new, is just an old t-shirt that I no longer wanted to wear, and I soaked it in vinegar, and I used this instead of paper towels. So it was getting very expensive to use paper towels to wipe my jars down with. So I just cut up an old t-shirt into squares, and I use it and then throw it away. If you want to, by all means, you can wash your squares and just reuse them after you wash them. Just throw them in your washing machine. So that's really all there is to canning. You just want to make sure when you wipe your jars down, you don't want to skip this step because it's a chance to check for any nicks or impurities in the rim. I actually found a couple jars where the threads on the neck of the jar were bad and the jar actually did not seal because the neck of the jar was not right. So you never want to skip this step. All right, just like that, we are ready to put lids on our jars. I'm just wiping my mess up here with my rag and throwing the rag away. When my jar gets low, I will just cut up another old t-shirt and put in there. So it saves on vinegar and it saves on paper towels, because I was going through it awful lot of paper towels. Alright, I got my lids warmed up. Now with this, they say you put your lids on fingertip tight. My fingers are not very strong, and I have had lids come off before, so I make sure that my my rings are on, and then I give them another good turn. This purple lid is just a really cheap lid that I got off of Amazon. I don't think I will get these lids again. I have about a 50-50 success rate with them, so what you saved on the lids really is not great, because you either have to reprocess the food that's in your jars or use it right away if it doesn't seal. So yeah, these purple lids I would not rush right out to buy again, just because I've not had very good luck with them. And now for the ForJars lids. So yeah, I am really excited for these lids. I cannot wait to try it. And our last one. And these are ready to go in the canner. Alright, I will bring you guys back when we are ready to start canning. I need to move the tripod over to the stove, so I will bring you guys back when we are ready to go. Okay, we are back. You can see I got my canner full. So we're going to put our lid on. Which is sometimes the hardest part. There we go. Alright. We got our lid on. Now, let's see here. Alright. So, alright. There. Alright, I think that's a bit better. Alright, so I have Ethel turned on high. When this temperature gauge, well, let me back up here first. After she gets going, in this vent right here, where my finger is, right here, we will see a steady stream of steam come out of this vent, and we will vent her for 10 minutes. I will actually set my timer, and then after 10 minutes I will put this little weighted jiggler onto that pin, and when this gets up to 10 pounds of pressure, the jiggler will start jiggling, and then I will come and turn the stove down to right around 6. Between 4 and 6 seems like it's a really good weight for her. So I will bring you guys back when I see the steam coming out, so I can show you guys what that looks like. And we are back. It's been a little while. You can see we now have a steady stream of steam going. I'm not sure how well it's showing up on the video, but it is there. So I will set our timer for 10 minutes and I will bring you back. All right, we are back. Our 10-minute timer just went off. Ethel is singing away here. Here, I think now you can really see the steam coming out. So we are going to put our little weighted jiggler on our pan. When this gets up to 10 pounds of pressure, this jiggler will start doing a little like hula dance. It'll move back and forth and make a noise. And I will come back and turn the stove down to just under 6 is where Ethel likes to be. So I will bring you back so you can hear what the jiggler sounds like when I'm ready to turn the stove down. Okay, we're back. You can see our temperature gauge is at 10 pounds of pressure. Our jiggler is starting to jiggle away. Now, Google says to pressure can tomatoes for 25 minutes. So I'm going to turn my stove down to about 5 is where she likes to be. I will set my timer for 25 minutes. And I will bring you back when I'm ready to take the lid off. When my timer goes off, I'm going to come back. I'm going to turn my stove off. You don't touch anything. Just leave your canner sit. When this gets back down to 0, the safety pin here in the back, you can see right now it's up. As soon as it's safe to crack the lid open, that pin will drop back down and I will crack the lid open and let it sit for a few minutes, and then I will bring you back and show you our final product. So I will see you back in a little while. Alright, I'm not sure what was going on. My phone kept turning off on me, but you can see I did have a little bit of seepage in my pan, but that does happen sometimes. There is still lots of liquid left in the jar, so I will bring you back once my jars cool off and we can check those seals on our ForJars lids and see how they sealed. So I'll bring you back in a little bit. In the meantime, we're going to work on our pickling tomatoes. So let me take you over to the counter and show you what we're going to do with those. Alright, so we are just going to take some olive oil. And this is probably going to take a lot. Alright. We'll start with that, and I may just top it off with some vegetable oil. We'll see how it goes. Then I have some apple cider vinegar. And I think we'll do some red wine vinegar with this one. And then I'm going to flavor it with a packet of Italian seasoning mix. And then we're going to put Excuse me. Put some sugar in there. And this is a quarter of a, let's see, this is a quarter of a cup scoop. So that gives us an idea of how much we're adding. I think I'm just going to add 2 of these. That's a lot of oil and vinegar that I have in there. We're just going to whisk this up good. Get that sugar all dissolved. And we're going to give it a taste to check our seasonings. And I can't open up my silverware drawer because I put my tripod right where I opened the door. And we're just going to give that a taste. More sugar. No. Needs a lot more sugar. That was a lot of olive oil. Ugh. Ew. Y'all, that was not good. It really was not good. Oh, Lord. Have mercy. Woo! My insides are going to be squeaky clean after that olive oil. Holy cow. Alright, before I taste it, I am going to add some of our tomato juice to it to tone that olive oil down. Because, y'all, that was an awful lot of olive oil. And it will blend well with the tomatoes. Alright, let's give this a taste again. See where we're at. Much better. I think I'm going to go ahead and add in a packet of ranch seasoning to it just to give it a little more oomph. Just mix that in there. Give that a good whisk. Whiskey, whiskey, whiskey. No, there's no whiskey in it. I'm just whisking up my dressing here. Give this another taste. Y'all, that is some good stuff. Alright. And we're just gonna fill up our tomato jar. No debubbling needed. It's just gonna go right in the fridge. It's not quite full, but I think it'll be alright. So actually I'll just use my whisk here. Oh yeah, it'll be fine. And just like that, I'm going to just put my lids on and put it in the fridge and let it sit there for several days. So I had some onion soup mix to add to it, but I don't think it needs it. I think it's good the way it is. So I will bring you guys back when it's time to check the lids on our pressure can tomatoes, but these are ready for the fridge. They look really pretty. I think they're going to be really good when I get them pressure canned. So I will see you guys back when it's time to check our other jars. Bye for now. All right, y'all, this is the moment of truth. So we will see how our tomatoes did with our ForJars lid. So let me turn you around. And let's see here. And it looks like we have 4. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 perfectly sealed jars of tomatoes. All right, so let me turn you up here, and we will take the rings off and check our seals, because I know there was a little bit of seepage, so I want to look at that. That seal is on there. This is the ForJars lid, and it is sealed. So this is a really good lid. Let's go to the next one. And again, really good seal. Yep, I think those all worked. So I'm going to wash these off because there was a little bit of seepage around some of the lids. So before I put these up, I will wash them off really good, and I will label and date them so I know what it is. So yeah, even my cheap lid seal. Now I probably will not be buying these lids again, just because I only have like a 50-50 success rate with those. So I really don't like those like these, but at least this batch is sealed. And there you have it. As far as I can tell, at least with these jars, the ForJars lids worked really well. They all sealed. I've not been having great luck with the ball lids, so I will keep using the ForJars lids, and I will let you guys know what the final results are. But at this point in time, I would say go ahead and give those lids a try. You can really tell the difference between the two lids, between ForJars and ball lids. If you put them side by side, you can really see a big difference between the two lids. So that concludes this edition of Lori's Thrifty Kitchen Pantry. Thank you so much for spending time in my kitchen with me today. I am glad that you joined me for this experiment. And again, ForJars is not sponsoring me in any way, shape, or form. I bought my lids myself out of pocket. I paid full price for them. The only thing I got for ForJars was free shipping because my order was over $50. So I will link their website down below in my description box, but just bear in mind that I do not make any money if you click the link and purchase anything. There are other YouTube people that do get money back if you use their link. So I will link their website down below, but if you are gonna buy, at least for right now, go buy from one of the other great ladies out there and help them out, because right now I don't get anything from ForJars. I just wanted to give the lids a try and see if I have better luck with them, and so far I've had better luck with them. So my last canning project, I had 3 of my jars using the other lids not that didn't seal. So yeah, as of right now, I'm really happy with these lids. I will keep using them, and I will let you know how I'm doing with them. So thank you again for spending time with me. Leave your prayer requests down below in the comments, because I do leave those pinned as I get them. And just thank you so much for being who you are, and thank you for supporting me and being there for me. That means more to me than I can ever even begin to say. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, and you all have a blessed day, and I will see you all on the next video. Bye.